Hello everyone, welcome to Northern's Craft. So today we are going to talk about the theories of failure. So actually, basically there is no need of theory of failure if there is a uniaxial 1D loading condition, since we can estimate the uh, failure by uh, tensile test, strength of the substance by the strength of the material by the tensile test. But in complex cases where there is not a uniaxial direction force, means not a single direction force, in that case, in that loading type of thing, it is hard for us to estimate the uh, failure, or we can say estimate the strength of the material. So in that case, we use different theories of failure to understand it very better. So basically, we need to understand the general diagram of this thing firstly. Okay, so as we know, this is normal stress. This is normal stress which act perpendicular to the substance. Sigma y, sigma x, and sigma y. This is normal stress and this is shear stress. Sigma xy, tau xy, like it's like connecting like this, no? Tau y, xy, it's also xy. Yeah, xy, and this is also tau xy, and these are the shear stress. As we know, shear stress is denoted like this, and this is in the 2D figure. It have a 3D figure as well. Like just simply let me do one simple 3D diagram of this complex stress diagram, complex stress conditions. So three forces are acting like this over one single point. This is sigma z, normal stress at z direction, and tau stress at z and x direction, and shear stress at z and y direction. So each side we have a condition like this over here, and in each side. So basically there are 5 theories of failure that we need to understand, and these are: number 1, maximum principal stress or maximum normal stress theory of failure, or simply we can say Rankine's theory of failure. Rankine's theory of failure. Rankine's theory of failure. So this is the first theory of failure that we need to study. Theory of failure actually compares the actual complex stress condition of a critical point with the tensile test by some of the criteria of the failure. So this is the first criteria, or we can say theory, or we can say this Rankine theory of failure as maximum principal stress or max normal stress theory of failure. Then the second theory which we will talk about is max shear stress theory, or simply Tresca and J.J. Guest theory. This theory of failure. So this is the second theory of failure, J.J. Guest or Tresca's theory of failure. The third theory, which we are going to talk about, is strain energy theory of failure, or we can say Hayes theory of failure. So basically there are various critical point stress condition and criteria on each theory of failure, and each has significantly different from the other, but we can apply it if the conditions satisfy. This is Hayes theory of failure, which is also called to be a strain energy theory. And the fourth theory of failure that we are going to talk about is Fourth theory of failure we are going to talk about is distortion energy theory of failure, or we can say von Mises theory of failure. Von Mises theory of failure. This is also called distortion energy theory of failure. And lastly and finally, and this is a very important theory of failure, and this is the fifth theory of failure, which is principal strain theory of failure, or we can say simply Saint-Venant's theory of failure. These are the 5 important theory of failures. The first is Rankine theory of failure, or we can say like maximum principal stress, max principal stress, or max normal stress theory of failure. And second is Tresca and J.J. Gus theory of failure, which we can say is max shear stress theory of failure, or Tresca and J.J. Gus theory of failure. Hayes theory of failure, or we can say strain energy theory of failure, and von Mises theory of failure, which is distortion energy theory of failure, and the principal strain theory of failure, or we can say Saint-Venant's theory of failure. So basically these are the things we need to study. So here the term principal stress, the principal stress term, why that is using it, since it is when forces act in planes. In that condition, we say it's principal stress. Principal stress under a tensile test at the time of the failure, we can say, this is, you need to note this thing, okay. Principal stress at the time of failure will be, consider this. This is the block, and the stress is acting over here. Stress is acting over here. This is the failure. Principal stress theory at the time of failure. This is consider this is the time of failure. Here, as I've said, sigma f is failure stress. Failure stress, and sigma f depend on two things: S by T, strain yield tension for the ductile material, and strain ultimate tension for the brittle material. And in this case, principal stresses become sigma 1 is equal to sigma failure, sigma 2 is equal to 0, sigma 3 is equal to 0. Excuse me. And sigma 3 is equal to 0. So this is the condition you need to remember. At the time of the failure, no, principal stress becomes sigma 1 is equal to sigma f, sigma 2 is equal to 0, and sigma 3 is equal to 0, considering a block. Now let's understand Rankine's theory of failure, or we can say maximum principal stress or maximum normal stress theory of failure. For design purpose, basically we study this theory of failure in design. Sigma max, or we can say actual, is always less than sigma failure upon factor of safety. This thing you need to remember. This is the basic formula for the Rankine's theory of failure. Maximum stress is always less than or equal to stress failure upon factor of safety. And this theory of failure is suitable for the brittle materials. You just remember, Rankine's theory of failure is suitable for brittle material. Since in brittle material tensions are very weak, and hence they fail due to the maximum principal stresses. Like I have said, tensions is very weak due to the maximum stress, principal stresses, they used to fail. Now let's talk about another theory of failure, which is the JJ Ghost or Tresca's theory of failure, or we can say maximum stress theory of failure. For the criteria of failure in this case, maximum shear stress will be equal to maximum of sigma 3 minus sigma 2 is sigma 1 upon like this. The maximum of this 3 in base 2 magnitude, that will be the equals to the tau max. This is the criteria for the JJ Ghost theory of failure. Okay, so you need to remember this formula. This is the basic formula for Tresca and JJ Ghost theory of failure. Basically, it talks about maximum shear stress failure. The Rankin's talks about Rankin's theory of failure basically talks about the maximum principal stresses or normal stress theory of failure, you can say. But in this case, maximum shear stress. So, and the maximum shear stress under tensile test at the time of failure in this case will be sigma 1 will be equal to sigma failure, and sigma 2 will be equal to 0, and sigma 3 will be equal to 0. Tau max in failure will be equal to maximum of 0 by 2, and the other terms, as I have already mentioned, this will be 0 and this will be 0, and not this will not be 0. This will be sigma f upon 2 in magnitude. How this will be sigma, do you know? Let me write it, okay? Then it will be better. 0 minus 0 divided by 2, and 0 minus sigma f upon 2. And obviously this will be equal to 0.5. Either of the two we can take from it. So tau max at the time of failure will be, this is the condition and criteria for the high strain energy theory of failures. We can say high theory of failure as well. Then now we are going to talk about another section which is important for us to know, and this is basically right now what we have studied is this is not this is JJ Tresca's theory of failure actually. The word slippers from my mouth actually. This is Tresca and JJ Ghost theory of failure, or we can say maximum shear stress theory of failure. Now we will talk about high or strain energy theory of failure. Okay, so now we will talk about HEIS theory of failure, or we can say strain energy theory of failure. Remember, in the Rankine we will talk about the normal stress, maximum normal stress. In Tresca and JJ Ghost we talk about this maximum shear stress, and now we are talking about strain. So you need to mark this point now. Strain energy theory of failure also we can say. Strain energy theory of failure also we can say in this case. And the condition for this is criteria will be taken in strain energy per unit volume. You need to remember this. So strain energy per unit volume will be equal to 1 upon 2 into Young's modulus bracket sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square plus minus 2 into mu sigma 1 sigma 2 plus sigma 2 sigma 3 plus sigma 3 sigma 1, and its unit is, you need to remember the unit again. Joule per meter cube is the unit of this. So this is the basic formula of the criteria of failure or strain energy per unit volume. And these are the strain energies, normal stress at surface 1, at 2, at 3, and in this this is coefficient, okay, with constant proportionality, and is equal to sigma 1 into sigma 2, sigma 2 into sigma 3, and sigma 3 into sigma 1. And this is the formula you need to remember in this case as well. This is the basic formula for the highest energy theory of failure. This is an important theory of in case of energy strain. And strain energy per unit volume at any point under the tensile test at the time of failure will be, now we'll see the condition at the time of failure. And we do know that at the time of failure, sigma 1 will be equal to sigma f, and sigma 2 will be equal to 0, and sigma 3 is also equal to 0. At the time of the failure, then strain will become, per unit volume, will become 1 upon 2e sigma f square, and its unit is, as I have already mentioned, joule per meter cube. This is the formula, basic formula you need to remember in highest theory of failure. So in Rankine we have seen the normal stress. We have talked about the maximum normal stress or maximum perceivable stresses. And in Gauss and Truska we will talk about maximum shear stress. In the highest theory we will talk about strain energy. Now let's go to the next theory of failure, which is distortion energy theory of failure, or we can say von Mises theory of failure. Von Mises theory of failure. Von Mises theory of failure, or we can say distortion energy of failure. Distortion energy theory of failure. And basic condition for this. And before going to this theory, no, I forgot to mention one thing for the highest energy theory. Let's understand that also. It's okay. I have taught you at the failure time, but for the safer design, also there are some conditions that I need to mention now, and it's also very important. And for the safer design, so I will mention for the highest theory of failure, strain energy theory of failure. For the safer design, normal stress sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square plus 2 mu sigma 1 sigma 2 plus sigma 2 sigma 3 plus sigma 3 sigma 1, and unit is still over here, and this term is less than or equal to stress at failure upon factor of safety. For the safer design, this is the condition. Now for the strain energy theory, or we can say highest energy theory of failure, you need to remember this. This must be the condition for the safer design, as apart from that of Rankine's theory and Truska and J.J. Thomson's theory, and J.J. Gauss theory. And for the 2D design, it's simple. This formula is simply sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square minus 2 mu sigma 1 sigma 2, put it in the under root, and the condition is same. So for the 3D and 2D, we design for the safer design the condition for the highest energy theory. Now we will understand for the von Mises von Mises theory of failure. So criteria for the this condition is we will take in energy distortion energy per unit volume, and its basic formula is will denoted by UF, not UF, it's UD, distortion energy, no, 1 upon 6 into modulus, 1 upon 6 into modulus bracket sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square, sigma 3 square plus minus over here as well, minus sigma 1, sigma 2, sigma 2, sigma 3 and plus sigma 3, sigma 1 and whole bracket, its unit is joule per meter cube. So basically in this case we talk about the distortion energy. In Heist theory we talk about the strain energy. In Tresca and J.J. Gus theory we talk about the maximum shear stress. In Rankine's we talk about the maximum normal stress. Now we talk about the distortion energy. So this is the formula that we need to remember in this case. This is a very basic and important formula which helps a lot to understand the theories of failure. Now, at the time of the failure, distortion energy per unit volume test, we know their condition at the time of failure. At time of failure, our condition will be, as we have already said, sigma 1 equal to sigma f, sigma 2 is equal to 0, sigma 3 is equal to 0. This is for the 3D conditions, and at the time of the failure our formula will be UDF is equal to 1 upon 2E sigma f square joule per meter cube. So we can think it from that highest energy strain theory of failure as well. In that case also the formula is quite similar to this, but from my point, like we study it in a separate manner, it would be easy, but you can remember the formula as well. It will be quite tricky for you to remember, no? So that's why this is the condition at the failure time, distortion energy. And for the safer design in this condition, for safer design, in this condition will be root sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square minus sigma 1 sigma 2 plus sigma 2 sigma 3 plus sigma 3 sigma 1 in a bracket, and this would be less than or equal to sigma f upon factor of safety. This is for the safer design. And in condition for the 2D stresses, for the 2D stress is simple. You need to just put sigma 1 and 2 condition over here like this, and minus is equal to sigma 1 and sigma 2 will be less than or equal to sigma f upon factor of safety. So this is the condition for the distortion energy or von Mises theory of failure. Now we'll see the fifth condition and the last condition, which is principal strain theory of failure, or we can say Sand-Vanens theory of failure. Sand-Vanens, V-E-N-A-N-T-S, Vanens theory of failure. So, in this condition, we take the principal strain. So, the criteria for the failure in this case is maximum principal strain. So, sigma max, epsilon max, epsilon max in this condition is max of. Now you need to just remember this. Max of the 3, 1 upon A sigma 1 minus mu sigma 2 minus mu sigma 3, or 1 upon E sigma 2 minus mu sigma 1 minus mu sigma 3, or 1 upon E sigma 3 minus mu sigma 1 minus mu sigma 2. So from the max of these three, we take the value, and which will be equal to the max strain, principal strain. And the failure condition, or the time of the failure, we know that as always, at the time of the failure, sigma 1 will be equal to sigma f, sigma 2 will be 0, sigma 3 will be 0. So at the time of the failure, the general formula that we need to remember is, it's a quite similar formula, sigma f, or we can say max failure, max sigma at the time of the failure will be equals to max of 3, 1 upon E sigma f, or 1 upon E mu sigma f, which is equals to stress as failure upon modulus, or you can say 1 upon E mu sigma of failure. From the maximum of this 3 we take 1. So in Sand-Vanens theory of failure, we talk about the maximum normal strain at any point. In distortion energy theory, or Van-Mises theory of failure, we talk about distortion energy per unit volume. And in case of high energy theory of failure, we talk about the strain energy. And in case of J.J. Traska and Traska's theory of failure, we talk about maximum shear stress theory of failure. And in case of the first Rankine theory of failure, we talk about the maximum normal stress. So what we have talked about is the condition for the maximum Rankine's theory of failure is in condition for the Rankine's theory, in this case maximum shear stress will be equal to max of sigma minus sigma 2 upon 2, or either sigma 2 minus sigma 3 upon 2, or sigma 3 minus sigma minus 1 upon 2. In the time of failure, we know sigma 1 is equal to sigma f, and sigma 2 is equal to sigma 2, and 3 is equal to 0. And from the maximum of these three will be taken like this. High's theory of failure talks about the strain energy. And case of no. Actually I have like slightly like told you the wrong thing over here. Actually JJ Troska and this or this. What I have written is okay, a little bit confusing. That's why this is JJ Troska and JJ Ghost and Troska's theory of failure, and this one is above one is Rankine's theory of failure. In this condition, sigma maximum at the time of failure or actual will always be less than or equal to sigma f one factor of safety. This is the condition, and this is the condition for the JJ Troska and Ghost theory. And High's theory will talk about strain energy is equal to 1/2 E. Sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square plus sigma 3 square minus 2 into mu sigma 1 2 2 3 3 1. Joule per meter cube is the unit, and failure condition at the time of failure this will be the formula, and the factor safer design will be if it's less than in 3D condition sigma 1 square plus 2 square 3 square plus 2 mu sigma 1 2 sigma 2 3 and 3 1. In 2D it's simple, we don't need to write the sigma 3 condition. And then we have talked about one Mason's theory of failure, distortion energy. Distortion energy will be equal to 1/2 E. Sigma 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square minus sigma 1 2 2 3 to A 3 1. And you need to notice in this condition as well now, the formula is quite similar to that of the high strain energy theory of failure. And then we safety design, and we know that time of failure sigma 1 equals sigma 2, sigma f, sigma 2 is equal to sigma 0, or sigma 3 is equal to 0. We can take sigma 2 also equal to sigma f, but you need to follow the same thing now. That will be the algorithm now. That will be make you easy and not confusing now. So that's why we have taken sigma 1 is equal to x and the less equal to 0, rest equal to 0. And for the safer design, again in this condition, sigma 1 2 3 go square minus sigma 1 2 sigma 2 3 3 1 is always less than sigma f upon factor of safety. And 2D condition we know, and then we talk about the Saint-Venant's theory of failure, or we can say the principal strain theory of failure. In this case, the maximum strain will be equal to max of 1/E sigma minus mu sigma 2 minus 3, or 1/mu sigma 2 minus sigma 1 mu bracket sigma 1 minus sigma 3, or we can say 1/E sigma 3 minus mu sigma 1 minus sigma 2. Sigma 1 is equal to sigma 1 is equal to sigma f. The failure condition, again in this failure condition we need to like put the rest condition is equal to 0, and the condition which is followed will be sigma f. So these are the theories we have studied. And additionally, no, you need to remember this as well. Okay, for the brittle material we follow, you need to write this somewhere. It will be very helpful. For brittle material, Rankine's theory of failure is best. And for ductile material, Troska and the second theory we have talked about, Troska and JJ Ghost will be best. And then under the hydrostatic stress condition, we know the hydrostatic stress condition in which stress 1 will be equal to stress 2, which will be equal to stress 3, will be equal to stress 1. Stress. These are all same. In this case, we use cannot use Troska and von Mises theory of failure for this type of material, because under hydrostatic stress condition we know that value of the maximum stress and the distortion energy per unit volume is 0. So in this case we use distortion energy theory, or High's theory of failure will be very suitable in this case. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day ahead. Please subscribe my channel and like a video. Have a nice day.